Hi, welcome all for our third session of the day. So now we have Charles Darwin University with us joining. So they're from Northern Territory. And let me introduce the two members who will be joining our session today. So that is Nikesh, who's the regional manager for South Asia. And also we have with us Professor Barindaran, who's a senior lecturer for IT from the Faculty of Science and Technology. And over to you, Professor Barindaran.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Professor.
Okay. Previously, was it not clear or we're not able to hear you?
No, actually, we couldn't hear you, Professor. So we can hear you from now.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry. I think I pressed some other button. We can always blame the technology. Okay. I'll start again. Very thanks to Charuni for organizing this from IDP Sri Lanka, and I have Nikesh with me, who is my co-worker in the university. Before starting the presentation, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today, and I would like to pay the respect to the elders past, present, and emerging. So you might have a lot of universities across Australia, and you might have been thinking, why should I get into CDU? The reason why CDU is, or Charles Darwin University, it is specifically, we have very close relationship with the industry. To be very precise, we do have a brand called IT Code Fair, which I'll be speaking to you in a couple of minutes' time. And we do have very close ties with the Northern Territory government, which is one of the biggest employers for the IT sector in the industry. And we do have very closely knitted connections with the Industry Association of the Northern Territory, which is ICT-NT. So they are a conglomerate of all the IT companies, and they represent the largest group. And obviously, we work with not-for-profit and for-profit organizations like Australian Information Security Association, Australian Computing Society, and we work with GoHack. And there are more connections with the industry. So we work very closely with the industry. So that is one of the main reasons why you should be studying with Charles Darwin University. Nikesh, next slide, please. And in terms of research capabilities and opportunities, so the ranking Australia, what they have done, they have provided ranking for all the research output and the research performance. And CDU is one of the universities that has four-star ranking for all the IT programs. So you get some publication support from Office of Research and Innovation, and we have more scholarship opportunities for a PhD if you want to pursue from master's into PhD. Next, Nikesh, thank you. So I would like to speak more about IT Code Fair, which we would call it as a proud branding of the Charles Darwin University. A bit of a background about IT Code Fair. This IT Code Fair, it was created in 2014. I was not the part of the initial team who created it, but we do have colleagues who created it, and you will meet them in one of their classes if you decide to come to the university. There was the motivation was quite less for programming, for students to take up programming units or coding units. And the industry was also very much reluctant to come and speak to the students. So the bunch of lecturers, what they did, they came out with an idea of IT Code Fair. And this particular concept, it was materialized with a seed funding of $5,000 in 2014 by the Northern Territory government. So they said, yes, here is the money, go and test whatever you want to do, and then come back with the results. So what they did, they started with 18 students and 3 companies, small players, where they came and evaluated all the project works done by the students. It is not nothing specific. They evaluated whatever they have performed, the project work as a part of their assessment items within the units. So what they did from there, every year the government started pumping in more money. And initially it was 3 companies with 18 students. In 2022, it was 175 students with almost 25 to 30 companies, where we would like to go where we would like to go with biggest IT event for the Northern Territory for Darwin ICT industry. So what happened, this particular platform, it has gone from a smaller level to a larger level, where we managed to employ for in 2022, all the IT students, it was close to 90%. All the IT students, they managed to, they were just employed. So, and the few more students, they are still working on it because they would like to wait for the right fit. And even there are a few students who managed to get more than one offers. So you can see all these players are small players, and they work for the Northern Territory government, and they work for small businesses. So getting a job, if you participate in this particular IT Code Fair, getting a job is not an issue at all. Next slide, Nikesh. So these are all some of the glimpse of the success. You can see in the middle, the team who works for the IT Code Fair, and usually we have the previous students who come and share their experience to the new students, so that they get motivated in order for them to go for competitions, challenges, etc. So in terms of challenges and competitions, if you're very good at coding, you have a coding competition. If you're very good at cybersecurity skill set, hacking, you have a cybersecurity challenge. If you're very good at poster designing, you have something for you. If you're very good at testing, you have certain applications you can build based on the units. If you're very good in crunching numbers, we do have data science challenge. And I'm not into all those things, but I'm very good solution provider for businesses. We do have business innovation challenge. So these are all the list of options that is available for people to participate, to showcase their talents to the industry. So this is a glimpse of IT Code Fair, and this particular IT Code Fair has received more awards. We have received the citation award from the Australian Association of Australian University Teaching, and they said this is one of the excellent thing, and we have been appreciated. And you can see that the whoever getting first, or the winner up of all the competitions and challenges, they will be entering into the NT Digital Excellence Awards, and through that particular Excellence Award, the minister will pick up the best candidates. You can see all smiley candidates over there, and they are the and they have excelled, and out of which 2 people they are currently they're having their own startup, which means we not only create or prepare students to be good employers, but we prepare them to be a good entrepreneurs. Next slide, Nikesh, please. Right. So in terms of career and graduate outcome, so this is a starting salary for all the IT positions. So I have considered people without an experience, they come into IT, and once they graduate, what would be their starting salary? Obviously, in terms of IT, the starting salary will be roughly about $60,000 to $65,000 as a starting salary, as a take-home salary. And then once you grow up, in 1 to 4 years down the line, you'll be getting more than what it is there, because this is last year's data, and this year's data, the numbers has changed. And obviously with security and crunching the numbers, the always the dollar value is quite high in terms of the roles. And I would say, if you're very keen to get into data scientist or data analyst or any other role, this is the right time to get in. Next, Nikish. Right. So when you do a simple job search, which I did it yesterday, when I just searched data in Darwin, you can get roughly about 200 plus jobs within 50 kilometers of within 50 kilometers of Darwin. Darwin is a very quite small and vibrant city. Pretty much everyone knows everyone in this place. And if you want to work, see, one thing I would like to see, you can see when it takes data, there are 200 jobs, which means this data science is not only applied across, not only for computer science, but it is applied across the across multiple domains. For example, currently we are working on with the fish industry, where they would like to collect the data and to find out how many fish from the starting until the end, how many fish they are losing, so that they would like to improve the production. And the same thing, we are working with another mining company on a very interesting project where they are looking at some IoT sensors and the data. So here, if you are very keen to apply your knowledge across various sectors, this is the place where you have to be. And obviously, we are very close. We are in a very close proximity to the Asian continent, and it's quite easy for us to travel from here. So on the right-hand side of the screen, you can see in Darwin, you have close to 51 jobs related to IT as of now. To be very precise, this is not the very peak period. Usually the peak period will be by end of May and early June, where they would like to finish off all the budget for that particular financial year. So it seems it has started picking up. So you might be getting more jobs in IT, specifically in Darwin. In Sydney, if you're very keen to go to Sydney, I don't need to market for Sydney, because you have more opportunities in Sydney also. Next, Nikesh. So some of the job roles based on your courses, you could nominate yourself for as a software engineer or a developer programmer or ICT business analyst, obviously security analyst, and the database administrator. So we do have more programs where Nikish will be speaking about, and this is all the ACS job roles as of now, but it could change, and we will be working on with the changes when it comes to ACS accreditation, and all our courses are ACS accredited, which makes people or students' life more easier when they apply for permanent residency pathway. Yes, Nikesh. Right. So Nikesh, would you like to go with this, or do you want me to handle this?
I think you should go ahead with the programs. Yeah.
Okay. So in order for international students, this is an overall view for all the programs, but for most of the international students, you have a 2 years program, which is Masters in Cybersecurity, Data Science, Software Engineering, and Information Systems. And for bachelors, we have Bachelor of IT, Computer Science, and BIT Co-op, but BIT Co-op is not for international students. And if you're looking for a 4 years one, then it's a Bachelor of Software Engineering honors. So in terms of masters, the quite famous one with masters, it is data science, and the second famous one is cybersecurity. And currently, software engineering is picking up a lot. And then we do have information systems, and there is a new program coming up, which Nikesh will be highlighting once, not now, but we are waiting for all the internal approvals at a later stage. So you can look for any exciting programs from this particular university. We always work very closely with the industry, and we change units based on the market needs. We do have an industry engagement and advisory board, where they come and advise us what exactly is happening in the tech industry, so that we can change it accordingly. And the university is also quite flexible in giving an opportunity for the lecturers to change what is there for the market needs. Yes, Nikesh, next, please. Right. So if you are really keen to get some information about undergrad or postgrad, or if you are quite keen to get into Sydney, these are the contact details. You can drop an email to any one of these people. They should be able to help you with any of your questions. So We are always there to help you. And it's a multicultural society here. You can see we are from different nationalities, and we always work as a family, and we are quite small but vibrant. The student numbers are quite positive, and the numbers are growing substantially, and the university is also pushing a lot of resources to support students. So if you're quite keen to get any information, you can always you can always write to any one of these people. And if still you're not getting any information, just shoot an email to me. We'll sort it out. If not, Nikesh will be able to help you out.
Thank you so much, Professor Bernie. So before I start, I would like to thank IDP Sri Lanka and Charuni for arranging this session on a short notice. So before I start the academic entry requirements, so I would like to tell you more about the university. So Charles Darwin University is located in the Northern Territory. So Northern Territory spans almost 1/6 of the total landmass of Australia. And Charles Darwin University is a dual sector public university. So if I talk about the basic entry requirements for the university, so for undergraduate program, so basically from Cambridge, Pearson, or Edexcel level, we need 6 points. And if a student is from Sri Lanka A level board, then we need 9 points or 3C grades as an entry requirement. When it comes to a postgraduate degree, so we need a minimum 60% in a bachelor's degree, whether the student is from section 1, section 2, or section 3 university, except from section 1, if a student is having a percentage of 55%, then we can enroll the student, or the student is eligible to apply. The only condition is that he or she should meet the English entry requirement, which is overall 6.5 with no less than 6. When it comes to our backlogs, so in last 2 years, we can accept a backlogs of 15, which includes repetition. Then scholarships. So if I talk about the scholarships, so there is no eligibility criteria directly for applying for the scholarship, because if a student is eligible as per the entry requirement, then he or she will get the scholarship. There is no other entrance exam or different application for scholarship. So first we have the Vice Chancellor International High Achiever Scholarship, which is approximately 50% of the total entire course duration. For that, we need at least 14 points or 2A star in A level, or a percentage of 85 to 90% in the post graduation. And then we have the Global Merit Scholarship, which is 30%, which will cover the entire course duration. So this scholarship is for all the students who meets our basic entry requirement, like I mentioned in my previous slides. So 30% for the entire course duration. Here is an example. If I talk about undergraduate program, let's say Bachelor of Business or Bachelor of Computer Science or IT. So the average tuition fee is close to 27,000 Australian dollars to 30,000 Australian dollars. And if you apply a 30% scholarship to it, it will close to 9,000 Australian dollars to 10,000 Australian dollars. So after scholarship deduction, the 1-year tuition fee will become close to 19,000 to 20,000 Australian dollars. And this scholarship is for the entire course duration. I mean for 3 years. So if you calculate the overall tuition fees, so the student only has to pay 2 years tuition fees, because he will be studying the final year for free, because he'll be getting the scholarship of that amount. So any student who got the offer letter from Charles Darwin University, it is confirmed that he or she is getting the 30% global merit scholarship. Then another scholarship we have is for the EAP Alicots and the Pathway Scholarship, which ranges from 10% to 20%, or the student meets the entry requirement and no other separate application is required for that. Then post-study work rights. So here is a research about the post-study work rights. So in major cities like Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, so for an undergraduate degree, so student can get work visa up to 4 years, and for masters and research program up to 5 years, and for PhD, student will get a post-study work right up to 6 years. So here is a comparison between the major cities and cities with regional areas, and regional center and regional areas universities. So in regional areas for a bachelor's degree, student can get a work right up to 5 years for bachelor's degree and 3 to 6 years for masters. But as per the current information from the High Commission, so student can get 1 year extra post-study by right visa. When I talk about the Charles Darwin University and the Darwin area, so the university is in the regional area. So student here will get more benefits when it comes to post-study work right visa. So for undergraduate student will get work right up to 4 years to 5 years, and for master's degree up to 6 years, and for the research or PhD around 7 to 8 years of the post-study work right visa. Here major cities indicates Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane, and regional areas are here shows the Darwin area or the regional university area basically. So here is from our side, from Charles Darwin University. And thank you so much for joining this session. And I would like to thank Charuni again for arranging this session for us. Over to you, Charuni. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Barndon, and thank you, Nikesh. So actually, we have just got a question. So if I can just shoot out the question to you all.
Yes,
So,
please.
Yeah, all right. So, so we have a question. So the student has completed a professional qualification, the BCS. So they want to know whether the student will be able to join for a master's with the BCS qualification, because the student has no undergraduate, I mean, as a academic program, at academic qualification. It's just the professional qualification. So would that be possible to get into the master's?
Yeah. So Charuni, for that, student need to submit the application, because if student is looking for a master's degree at Charles Darwin University, then a student must have a bachelor's degree or a higher national diploma equivalent to level 6, which is equivalent to a bachelor's degree. Rest, we will assess the application, because the BCS you are talking about has to be, reevaluated and assessed by the admissions team. If the equivalency is equivalent to a bachelor's degree, as per the AQF, which is Australian Qualification Framework, or the higher national diploma, the equivalency in level 6, then student is most welcome to apply for a master's degree. Rest, you can ask the student to apply, and the admissions team will get back to the student with the outcome.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that answer. So let me just see if we've got any more questions as well.
Sure.
So we have got like a common question. It's not basically about IT programs, but a common question. So the student wants to know whether there would be any on-campus accommodation options, if it's possible for you to answer.
Yes, Charuni, we do have the on-campus accommodation, and it starts from 180 to 220 Australian dollar per week expenses, which include student basic amenities facilities like the room charges, electricity, internet charges, gas charges, and the communal kitchen facilities. So we are the first university which provides the communal kitchen facilities to the student. And if I talk about the main campus, which is our Casuarina campus, so within the campus, there is a 24/7 security, laundry services, cafe, barbecue, laundry services, lounges available for the student. Also, from a 5 minutes walking distance from the Casuarina campus, there is a Casuarina mall where students can buy their stuff and they can just cook their food in the communal kitchen. So we do have the accommodation facility at a minimal price. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you for that as well. So let's see if we have any more questions. So we have one more question. So what the student is asking is for the Vice Chancellor's International Higher Achiever Scholarship. So would there be any opening dates or any closing dates, any such of deadlines for that scholarship?
Yeah, so for July intake, May month is the month where the student can look for the applications. So 14 to 15th May is the certain date which is decided for the deadline. But there is no separate application for student. First needs to apply for this. And if the student is eligible for the Vice Chancellor Scholarship, then the student will get an email from the Vice Scholarship team, Vice Chancellor Scholarship team. And against that email, student needs to submit some documents, like the student needs to write a personal statement, like how the Vice Chancellor Scholarship will benefit the student. And the scholarship is, first come, first serve basis basically. And it has very limited seats and a high demand in basically. So I would suggest all the students who have that much percentage or GPA, so they can apply. So the team will get back to them as soon as possible.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Nikesh. So I think we're done with the questions also. So once again, thank you so much, Professor Barandaran, for all the information that you have shared. And also thanks a lot, Nikesh, for all the admission details, accommodation, and all other details that you have shared as well. It was really helpful for all the students who are intending to travel to Australia for their studies with Charles Darwin University. So thanks a lot again, and maybe let's see you all in another session again.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sharoni. Thanks, Nikesh. Have a good day. Bye.
You too. Bye.